your favourite, Karrion Kross and Scarlett, attempt another repackage in WWE. Is this like maybe their third one? I don't know. And then along with the re-debuting Authors of Pain and Paul Ellering. So Karrion Kross and Scarlett are now aligned with the returning Authors of Pain. Authors of Pain were released back in 2020 with the whole there was like a giant round of like COVID cutbacks, and they were two of them. And the legendary manager Paul Ellering, who managed OAP in NXT but didn't follow them to the main roster. So AOP in recent years may be most famous for trying to... I don't know if you heard about this. Authors of Pain tried to do a independent 10,000-seater wrestling show featuring mostly people who had been fired from WWE in 2020 and 2021 in Nottingham, about 80 miles down the road from me, at the Motorpoint Arena, 10,000-seater, and they had Nia Jax, CJ Perry, Braun Strowman, and for some reason in the main event, MMA legend
Alistair Overeem,
who has never wrestled in his life. Pro wrestled, anyway. Anyway, they sold a few hundred tickets, and they cancelled the show weeks beforehand, and the company was called Wrestling Entertainment Series. So this was meant to be a series of these things that never got off the ground.
I wonder why they didn't sell any tickets. Oh, my God.
Oh, dear. Karrion Kross returning then, or yet another repackaging.
Well, I'm not changing my attitude on him. It's dead on arrival. He's already... I mean, the people are just not responding to him because there's nothing to respond to. I mean... if he's going to do anything, he needs to do something to somebody that the fans give a shit about. I mean, going in there and I don't think the Street Profits, I don't think nobody really cares about them.
Yeah. I was going to say that he's teamed with Authors of Pain and they attacked the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. Yes, there we go.
But still nobody give a shit. And even Bobby Lashley is in there. There's something, again, it's not up to me. I'm just watching it. And believe me, watching all this TV that you forced me to watch, by the way.
What?
Is cruel.
Sports Keeda forces you to watch SmackDown. I don't force you.
Oh, yeah. They do that. So it's cruel and inhumane punishment. I think if a guy is convicted of a serious crime and he's given... say he's given the death penalty. So they can give him a choice. They'll sit him down and tie one hand down, the other hand, tie one hand down and both feet tied to the chair to where he can't leave. And then put a cyanide pill within reach of his other hand. And tell him he's going to have to watch wrestling, say 20 hours a day for as long as he's alive, or, now this guy's been sentenced to death, or he can take himself out by taking that cyanide pill. I think it'd take him about maybe a week. He'd say, screw this, and he'd drop that cyanide, and thus relieving the state of any like capital punishment laws or anybody that doesn't agree. He took himself out. So... and I would put the Karrion Kross, some of his matches up there, as well as Velveteen Dream. Put him up there too. So, have we talked about him yet?
Oh yeah, we've already talked about him.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, we were talking about him off air as well. We can't quite remember what's been on and what's been off. Karrion Kross. Okay, let's say you have.
What's wrong with him?
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, if you have to keep him on the roster, and, like, you can't just fire him. What do you do with him to actually make him interesting then? Just to, attack Roman Reigns?
No. Hell, that would hurt Roman Reigns. You know, it's supposed to help Karrion Kross, but it would actually hurt Roman for him to be in the same ring with Karrion Kross. I mean, the people would sit there like this. That's what you don't want them to do. There's nothing... Now, I heard he was very good in NXT. Is that true?
Which one? Karrion Kross. Yeah, I think he was presented differently. He was presented differently in TNA as well. And
I don't remember him in TNA.
I think. This was. I don't think you were there at the time. I think what it was is that when he goes to the main roster, he isn't as big of a guy as he was in NXT. So he was like the unstoppable killer in NXT. Then he would get to the main roster. He's the same size as about 30 different guys.
Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, I don't see, what's the name of his valet? What's her name?
Scarlett. Is it Scarlett Bordeaux?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
I don't see what she adds to it at all. Just a good looking girl out there. But they got good looking girls already. So, but she's not really instrumental in anything. All she does is a bunch of poses when she goes out there. And she doesn't do anything during the match. He doesn't do anything during the match. And to me, and this is, you cannot do anything without creative getting behind you. So why hasn't creative got behind this guy? Do they see the same thing I see in him? Zero. Triple H, does Triple H like him? Why is he out there? Because as soon as he goes to the ring, now this is my opinion, and somebody wrote to me and says, why are you so down on Karrion Kross? He's great. He's this. He said, I just don't see it. Somebody has to make decisions. If I was on creative, I'd say, hey, best thing to do is keep him off TV as long as we can and put him on right when his contract is coming up. And that's probably when he'd get over. Didn't they change his gimmick when he got there to something else? Painted his face.
They've changed it like 3 times now.
A Roman warrior or something. See, I don't get it. I think we have crossed the threshold in wrestling that people can, and I don't think we really give the fans enough credit to sit there and expect them to watch basically something that's not interesting at all. And Karrion Kross fits that. Putting him with authors, is it Authors of Pain?
Mm-hmm.
AOP?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it helps either one of them. And beating up the Street Profits, does that excite you right now?
No, not really. I watched that video as well, and it didn't seem like the crowd were making the hugest amount of noise during it either.
Well, you may have heard some noise. That was me throwing stuff at the TV. What the hell?
I can hear you from Tampa.
Believe me, I saw some stinker matches. That one right there would, not the top one, of course, but it didn't excite me at all. And when it was over, I'm glad to watch the commercial. Even the commercials were better.